Well, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back along to another episode of Saving Grandad's Farm. My name is Alex, as always, and you join me. Well, we're not in my truck at all. This is a lease, a courtesy vehicle, really. We'll show you a bit more about what this is in just a small while there. You'll notice that we're following a vehicle that's become quite familiar to us of late, especially to me. This is the JCB that was used in as part of the robbery of my Shelby. Now, the police, they mentioned yesterday when we were with us that, you know, they figured they often, machines like this are often stolen and used for a local crime somewhere else. If not, they're often shipped onto the back of a lorry and got out of the country very quickly. But in this particular instance here, it was stolen for exactly that. Now, it's actually, I thought when I saw it yesterday when we were having a look around it looked familiar. It's actually from a farm about another 5 minutes down the road here where we got a load of muck from not so long ago, you may recall. They reported stolen when they woke up in the morning around about 7 AM. And it took a little bit, about a day for the police to, you know, go through, check the registration documents there, make sure the ownership was correct there and file all their reporting, but they've done it. And they gave us permission for this to leave the scene, so this is now heading back to the farmer, which is great news. At least they've been able to be reunited with their machine there. Very pleased to see that one. Oh, I just stopped there. So, one thing I would say is I'm just escorting down there because I'm just going to have a look at where it's stolen from, really. Why are you all going slowly? What in the world? So yeah, it doesn't go very quickly though, so we are following a very slow vehicle, unfortunately, but what can you do? Such is life. And we're going to, we've got a few jobs that we're going to do today, but yeah, we're just going to go and have a little bit of a look down here. I did bring up the farmer in question so we could go and return it, so I just said I'll drop, like, escort him down there, really, and see how everything else is looking. But yeah, so at least that's one piece of the puzzle kind of resolved there, which is fantastic news. And now we're going to go and, we've got a few different things that we're going to look into today, but first of all, we do have to, we'll have a look at this truck that we're in. The insurance have taken my truck away. They came over, they put it back onto its wheels, and they had a look over it there. They believe it could take them as long as 2 weeks for them to have a proper look over mine there and evaluate it and assess it, and then offer up all the different alternatives, all the solutions for me. So if it is repairable, they're going to repair it to as new standards. If it is not repairable and they deem it a write-off, then they will write it off there, and we'll look into alternative options. One of the alternatives would be something that they've given me here, which I'm not too keen on because it only is able to function and handle a small percentage of my work, but we will see. You're going down here. Around we go. Wonderful. It's just a farm down here, so you can see it was from very, very close proximity there, really. So it was very much a smash and grab. They did well to get this out quietly enough whereby they didn't cause any disturbance and then bring it, get caught before they got to us, I guess. But unfortunately we were able to bring it straight back to back home. But the fact that they knew they needed something heavy enough to flip my truck over there and prise open that garage door still says quite a bit to me. It really does. But yeah, it's just from the farm here. You may recall that we do frequently come down here and cart topsoil away, cart muck away for the orchard field. And we'll see. But if memory serves, this wasn't a very well locked up or secure yard, so I'm not surprised they were able just to yank it out of here pretty easily. Farmer, I spoke to him, he doesn't recall seeing any unusual activity around here in terms of the trucks loitering around that we saw, so this must have been more of a smash and grab. But as you can see, it's quite open here, really. Really is. To reverse that. Alright, so if we just go back here, we're going to turn ourselves around. Happy days. And before we go any further, look at this. Look at that truck. This is what we're in. This kind of it's a twin cab, or a crew cab as they like to call it, a pickup truck really, flatbed. They gave us this so I can actually use it to cart some veg around and still pull a trailer with. It's okay, it does a job. It's not, I don't particularly enjoy it. It's not as smooth as my truck or anything like that, but it's all right. It's it'll fill a need, I guess, is one way to say it. So that's kind of what we're looking at for the time being. Like I say, it's going to be for about a week or 10 days. We'll make the most of it there. It's got a nice big flatbed on there. We're actually going to go and use that and put that to some use now. What we're gonna do, we picked up a new mower. We've traded in our mowers, so we're gonna go and pick that one up. So we'll see. We're gonna bring that back to the yard, and we'll give you a bit of a tour around. We're actually gonna hook straight up, and we'll get it put to some work, I think. So we'll see you back at the yard with a new mower on there, ready to rock and roll, I guess. Well, welcome back, folks. We're just gonna take our usual turn. We're heading back down. We've got a just over a 3-meter wide side-mounted pottinger mower behind us here in the bed, which just fits in, so it's a nice handy size actually. I don't think it would have fit into my trailer either, so it's good that we had this. There's a little bit of an upgrade, some home improvements that we've been doing actually there, so we can we'll take you back to the yard there where we can have a look at those as well, because that's it looks a lot better actually, and it's something I wanted to achieve there for a while. So it's nice to have that done and dusted, and we'll hopefully be able to get that all taken care of, and kind of it's allowing us to step forward to the next step there, really, which is going to be, I want to really make one of those rooms, one of those sheds on the yard more like an actual processing room for any of the produce that we make there, and this is a big step towards that, so I'm happy for that. We do need to get the garage door locksmith fitter guys back in to have a look at the garage door there, which is going to need to be completely replaced again, so we need a quote for that one. We also need to get out there and cut some silage there. I think it's probably going to be more like hay. But look at that as well. It's another great looking field of spring oats there. Nothing coming. Look at that. We're going to be going sooner than you think there. That's really, I think it's even just starting to get a nice little yellow tinge on the top of it there, which is beautiful to see. Very, very nice indeed. But yeah, we're going to just take this into the yard. I don't know how I'm going to quite get this off the back of the truck yet. I need to figure that one out. I think we'll find a way, I'm sure. We always seem to. Get around there. Perfect. And in we come. So this is going to be the next shed we're going to do some work on there. We're going to try and make sure we can capitalize and use that somehow. That's the next thing we need to do. But around the corner here, you'll see we still also have the pottinger discs on demonstration there as well, which is pretty cool to have. But you'll see right about there is what we're going to have a look at. Here is our mower for a start. Look at that. It's absolutely beautiful here. Like I say, it's a shade over 3 meters, 3.05 meters wide, I do believe. It is. It's a huge upgrade on what we had there. Our mower was kind of just traded in for scrap more than anything else, I think. Bearings were shot and everything there, but yeah, it's looking pretty good. All I need to figure out is how I'm going to get it off. Behind it, you'll see we've got the the brickian. He's been able to block up this door as you come around the side here now, which shuts all that off to the elements there and looks rather neat and tidy. So what I've been able to do is just get that all taken care of and yeah, seals that in. So now we're getting a little bit more of an actual room here. We can use this wall up this side because I want to get things like the honey extracting process going. As we're getting into summer here, the bees are going to get more and more active, so we ideally would love to capitalize on that one. Right now, though, how to get this off? It's going to be a tricky one. I think it's going to involve the Fiat somehow. Let's see what we can do. But we'll get this off. We're going to go do some mowing for some hay, I do believe. So we'll get this all taken down, and then, yeah, let's see if we can make it work. Well, folks, easy. I didn't get the start of it recorded there, but look. I'm a magician with the loader. Look at that. We're going to leave that there. We're going to try and move everything else around there and see what we can get done here. But yeah, it's on. That's the main thing. Alright, so I think what we'll do is just get this all shifted back over. And break off. It's not a bad little drive, this, actually. I must admit. I'm fairly impressed by it on that sense. And it's a bit more nimble than one might expect, because it's quite long. It's much longer than my truck was, that's for sure. Okay, park that there. And then I think all we need to do is just kind of take this down a touch and get that popped onto the floor. And then, yeah, we'll have a better look at it. As you can see, just from here, though, we've got 7 discs across the bottom, like, kind of like a turtle shell. And then, yeah, so it leaves a nice kind of spread out swath. Like I said, just over 3.5 meters wide, which is about nearly a full meter wider than what we're working with already. But still, at the same time, being able to handle the Ford perfectly well, so which is all good. But what we'll do is just lower that guy down before it decides to fall off, because I'm sure it will have that inclination to at some point. Empties there, forwards down there. Perfect stuff. Alright then. So we're gonna go out there and get a little bit of mowing done. The reason we're gonna be doing this today is because the next few days are supposed to be really good, actually, really nice and dry with a good warm breeze. We're gonna knock that down, and then we're gonna leave it. Then we're gonna get on with a bit of drilling, actually, because we want to get our out of here first. There we go. Yeah, we want to get that grass seed put into the ground. The land around here has been worked down to ready to roll, so that's going to be good. We just need to get on with it now. And we've got the seed in the shed there, so we're going to try and get that drilled in. It's looking pretty good there, because I want to give that a good go. But what we need to do first is get this hay wilted first there, so we'll get that one done. First things first, though, quick wash down with the jet wash. A little bit dusty out there, actually, so it's looking much better for it now. The restoration field there actually didn't come through too badly at all. I was quite surprised, but it's looking good. So we'll hopefully get a good crop of that. I don't think we'll get anything to harvest today, but we'll see. Now let's go and get this all done and go and give it a bit of a play. Really, I hope you're all doing very well. Do let us know how you're getting on there. The reaction to the last few videos has been very good, so thank you very much for that one. I do hope you have enjoyed them. We are trying to bring all the highs and the lows as it goes, so it's makes for some tricky or sometimes unpleasant recording from my side of things, because it's hard times, but yeah, it has to be done, I find. All right, so here we are, all hooked up. Doesn't look too bad there, really, does it? I think not too bad at all. And obviously this does fold up here, so it's best to probably have it on this fold, because a little bit more weight. It could handle those, it could go onto the county really, but it's the weight hanging over the rear end, which is not ideal. But it should be golden on here, and then I think if I pull the green, up she comes. You're going to see there's a locking mechanism that's just going to clip in there, and that only comes out by pulling that rope, so it can't bounce its way out there when we're on the road or anything like that. So we're all looking good. We'll get this all set away, and we should be laughing. It's not a particularly big chunk. We're going to come down there. We might do this little field here again as we drive through it. We'll have a look to see what it looks like. But yeah, there's only a couple of rakes at the top there. Now you may recall that is going to be turned into the horse grass field as well. So we're going to work that one over with the cultivator whilst we have it there. Might need plowing, but we'll see what it looks like. We'll give it a go over with just the cultivator first. And we'll make a decision from there, but right now at least I'm going to beetle up this side. There we go. Hedges are coming along nicely. They're actually starting to show a little bit more growth up here. I'd say they've grown about half a foot or so in the last month, which is encouraging to say at least. What I like is to get a little bit more growth, so when the winter birds come in there, they've got a little bit of protection, something to hibernate in. And yeah, we should be good, but yeah, it'll come along all right. And as you can see, here is the field that we worked over there. That looks pretty good. There's a few weeds chitted in there already, but what can you do? We'll get that worked over again, and then yeah, this is just kind of what this would be like, 2.5, 3 acres at the top here. So not expecting too much in terms of bales, but it's good to have it done. And speaking of bales, I am deliberating, pulling that rope, open that up. There we go. Oh, she blows. Deliberating putting this into small square bales, actually. I don't know. It could be a good idea. It would be nice to have them. They seem to be a little bit more desirable with the equine market there, so I think that'll be a good move. Oof. Right, get caught up to speed. There we go. And we're away, folks. So yeah, like I said, we're not going to go into that corner there. That's bumpy as all get up. We're just going to leave that be, and we'll work that one out when we have to, really. It's horrible up there. I think we're just going to plant some more trees up there, really, and forget about it. As you can see, this does leave a nice little narrow swath there at the moment. It looks quite thick up here as well, which is handy. But not too big of an area, but plenty for us just to kind of get ourselves working through with. Right, through we go. It sings along this mower. It really, really does. Sounds incredible. And like you see, just the working width increase is absolutely huge. We're really going to kind of sing along with our with our output here. We'll get a huge increase in our productivity with this, which is going to be fantastic. And like you say, so this field here is going to be a little bit bigger, but not too much, but it will allow us to get a nice crop of horse grass off of here to start with, which we'll be looking to sell off to the equine industry as well. So if I can find a good square baler I can borrow nearby, we might look to do it. Otherwise we'll just stick it into round and figure out how we're going to put it into squares at a later date there. Well, I'm not quite sure when that will be. Perfect, around we go, just keep on ticking along. By the time we get a few headlands off here, that's probably just going to be about us done, I reckon. Not much more left on here than that, but I'm fine with that. We didn't really put any inputs into here apart from a tiny little bit of nitrogen, and we'll see how the rest of it goes. Okay. So yeah, other than that, everything aside from all the news with the car and all the events surrounding that, the business is actually getting a bit stronger day by day, week by week there. The orchard farm is doing very, very well indeed. Struggling, the sheep pen I wanted fell through, so we're having to hold off on the sheep for now. I need to see what I can do about that one, but we'll get something figured out there, no doubt about that. I like how quickly this thing lifts up when you get to the end as well. It really does shoot up there. Good pressures on the rams. There we go again. Perfect. And we've got a few more little small projects to do around the yard, but nothing major. I've got a lot of the big things I wanted to do done for now, at least. There'll always be something that creeps up, but yeah, the actual building work is looking pretty good. We just need to start utilizing the yard a little bit more, really. Get some hay into the sheds. And then the next one thing I need to check over though is the silo to see if that's actually going to be in good enough shape to hold any grain. Obviously we'll start to harvest our oats shortly, so we want to be able to stick them into there whilst we keep them. So I'm not sure about the quality of that yet, but we'll have to cross that bridge in probably about a month or so, maybe a bit more. But if they are good, then we're laughing. We're absolutely laughing there. And I think, judging by the looks of all this, I kind of got all by complete accident really. It's all dialed in pretty well and looking nice and level. It does look like I'm cutting too low, leaving a little bit of grass there, not scalping it completely, not picking up or flicking up any dirt either, which is good news. And it's yeah, it's looking pretty good. There's a nice little pasture to work on here. So what we'll do, I think we'll just get this all wrapped up, and we'll come back just to have a look at it at the end and wrap up, I think.
Left the big city for the simple country life. Found myself a woman that it took for me to be my wife. I was working on the ground, come the sun up to sundown. Hey, I'm trying to make a reputation for a man inside this town. Hard as I try, maybe I just can't. I ain't no up and kind of leaving me. She kissed me one time and she took my heart. Baby, you can love me, you can leave me. I'm a honky-tonk star. Yeah, I'm a honky-tonk star. Well, working 3 jobs, living out of a car. Mama never told me life would get this hard. Running around the world playing my guitar. Baby, you can love me, you can leave me. I'm a honky-tonk star. Yeah, I'm a honky-tonk star. Yeah, I know George Jones and Gary Sturt and all them young guns, yeah, they've been through. Tell you one thing that you won't believe. One ain't nothing but a thing to me. Burn right through them like a cigarette or a line of cocaine on a private jet. I give them good loving like they won't forget. Baby, good Lord knows what time it is. Hard as I try, maybe I just can't. I ain't no up and kind of leaving me. She kissed me one time and she took my heart. Baby, you can love me, you can leave me. I'm a honky-tonk star. Well, working 3 jobs, living out of a car. Mama never told me life would get this hard. Running around the world playing my guitar. Baby, you can love me, you can leave me. I'm a honky-tonk star. Yeah, I'm a honky-tonk star. I'm a honky-tonk star. Lord, I'm a honky-tonk star. Well, working 3 jobs, living out of a car. Mama never told me life would get this hard. Running around the world playing my guitar. Baby, you can love me, you can leave me, I'm a honky-tonk star. Yeah, a honky-tonk star. Yeah, I'm a honky-tonk star.
Well then, folks, didn't take too long to do at all there, and you'll see that we are in the process here of just finishing up the last strip, it looks like. Happy days. Nice bit of clover in here as well, actually, you can see across there, which is always good. Lift it up, knuckle off there, and perfect. Down it goes, rumbling to a stop there. So we are all looking good here. We've left a little bit more around the outside than perhaps we would normally. Just because leaving a little bit with the hedgerow there, really provide a little bit more protection for the birds. Otherwise, we are good to go. So we're gonna leave it here for now. So thank you ever so much for watching. I do hope you have enjoyed. I have been Alex. This has been another episode of Saving Grandad's Farm with a few updates there that I'm still waiting to hear back. I've got my phone on me every moment of the day to see what the police are saying about the any updates there. But so far, the only update is that we found out where the JCB came from. So the search goes on and the mystery continues. Until next time, though, hopefully we'll have some more news. Until then, have yourself a great day. Enjoy what you're doing as always, but most of all, do stay safe and happy farming.